What's up YouTube, it's Geoffrey again. Today we're doing another creepypasta, and today we are reading We Are Twisted. Now it's a word for word one, so yeah, I have to do that. I'm a big fan of video games. Classic, new, bad, good, name it and I'll love it. Then something happened that made me rethink things. Entry log. February 11th, 2013. 2 a.m. I live in San Francisco, California. I have a job working at home designing character designs for future games for a company named Sega. I love Sega and their games, but I'm a slightly bigger fan for Nintendo. I tried to get a job at Nintendo, but they denied me for lack of experience, for I graduated from college 2 years ago. I've been designing a new character for a new Sonic the Hedgehog game that Sega hasn't revealed to the public yet. It was meant to be a surprise announcement 5 months from now. I was designing a new Dr. Eggman robot when I saw my laptop was running low on charge. I quickly got up to go get the charger, and when I came back to see that it was too late and it went dead. I lost all my design progress. I punched my wall out of anger and fell on my couch. I sat there for hours until I fell asleep. Why did I say 3 there? All my work gone. While I was asleep, I had nightmares of my favorite video game characters being turned evil and being killed. I woke up at around 5:30 a.m., sweating and all the pillows on my couch on the floor. I had to get up and go back to the Sega headquarters in 20 minutes. I was already dressed, but my hair was a mess. I fixed my hair up, took my laptop, and left my home. February 11, 2013, 6:02 a.m. A man quit today because he didn't get a promotion after he supposedly worked there for 4 years without seeing a one. I recognize him from somewhere. Probably walked by him a couple times in my entire year working here. My boss came to me after that saying that the man threw a Wii at him. He had a bruise on his cheek, and I heard security trying to fight someone behind me. Probably the man. My boss said that they had no use of a small single Wii, so they gave it to me to bring home. I was excited, of course. My next income was in 1 week, and I was saving up to buy a Nintendo Wii of my own. But I got one for free, and a week sooner, too. The day was long and boring as soon as I was told. I ran out the door and went to buy The Legend of Zelda Skyward Sword for my brand new Wii. When I came home, I was excited to dropped it on the ground. I panicked and plugged it in to see if it worked. Sure enough, it did. There was a game already in the Wii when I turned it on. Super Smash Bros. Melee was in it. I weighed my options and decided to test out Smash Bros. Brawl first. Or was it Melee? Yeah, it was Melee. When I turned it on, I heard a sound which sounded like a laugh from Bowser, but more longer in length, and the voice was more deeper in tone. The game skipped the intro and went to the title screen. It was dim and brown. I pressed start to see and hear a crying Mario falling off a cliff from the classic Super Mario 64, but a little more desperate. The game lagged intensely. I tried to ignore it, but it was so slow that it took me 2 minutes to go to versus mode. The characters consisted of Dr. Mario and a pink Pikachu. I laughed and gagged for whatever reason, thinking it was just a joke disc. With a tear in my eye, I chose Pikachu. It was the only one stage 2. Looks like the original wallpaper of Windows XP. The music was just a series of clicks. The game stopped lagging, and I used Thundershock as Pikachu. Normal animation happened, but did exactly 743% damage to Dr. Mario. I laughed even more until I saw Dr. Mario cry and cough. I stopped and stared as Pikachu ran off the screen, and a loud "Pika" happened. Not distorted or anything, just normal. Dr. Mario was still coughing and then collapsed. I was a bit worried. All of a sudden, a power outage happened. I waited about 10 minutes later until the lights came back on. Not the Wii, though. I decided to pack up and go to bed. February 12, 2013, 5 a.m. I decided to take the day off to play on the Wii some more. I was anxious last night in my sleep, wanting to know what happened and why the characters were acting like that. I put the game back in and tried to start the Wii again. It took a bit, but started to work. I played Super Smash Bros. Again, and this time Wolf Link was unlocked. For what, Twilight Princess? I was confused, but excited to try it out. I chose to go against Pikachu this time since Dr. Mario was a bit depressing to watch last time. I chose the Windows XP place again. The match started, but Wolf Link didn't move. Pikachu was just jumping in place, then the game froze. Dr. Mario appears on stage, and then the game unfroze. He coughed up a green liquid and then threw a pill at Wolf Link, and I was thrown off screen. Pikachu attacked, but before making contact was set on fire. The game froze and went back to the character select screen. Zelda was unlocked. I played as her this time. Then everything happened the same way again. The next characters unlocked were Roy, Mewtwo, Pichu, Luigi, Peach, Bowser, Sonic. When Sonic appeared and when I chose him, the game's screen went black again, and a more evil Bowser laugh filled the room. I was legitimately scared from that. The next thing of the screen showing was brutal. Dr. Mario was coughing vigorously, Peach lying face first in a pool full of water, unmoving, Pichu swinging from a windmill, unmoving, Luigi with a knife sticking out of his side, and then Bowser with Mario looking at everyone laughing. They had a text box appearing saying, "We are twisted. You too." I turned off the Wii and quickly switched to the games. I set on the Super Smash Bros. Game aside and sat in front of my TV trying to comprehend on what I saw. I shook my head and started Skyward Sword. No intro. Dim title screen. Already there was a file named Hirogami. I selected it and it was a link with the Skyward Sword design. Sword pierced in his arm falling from the sky. It lasted for a minute and then crashed. Screen went black and appeared with a bloody splattered link. I screamed and reached for the plug, but then text appeared again. "We are twisted. Join us." I screamed again and unplugged it. And I heard a screaming Link quickly before. I decided to put the games on the counter and go to bed. I visited my friend to borrow money to go buy more games. I bought from a nearby Walmart 3 games: Sonic Unleashed, Super Smash Bros. Brawl, and the game I highly wanted to wait to play, Mario Party 8. When I came home, I put in Sonic Unleashed. Another dim title screen appeared. Started thinking that I shouldn't start playing this without a friend over, but decided against it. The screen quickly flashed a picture of Sonic being stabbed with a drill. After that, the last level of the game started. No cutscenes, no file select. Just the last level. Sonic was in the werehog form and was holding a bloody drill. And Tails was lying on the ground, normally. No blood, no gore there. He was just breathing there too. He was breathing, alright, he was alive. I walked into the next room and where Sonic all of a sudden screamed and started stabbing himself with a drill. He turned normal and was laying on the ground with a random face lifted him into the air. A random force lifted him in the air, and he was set on fire and thrown into the wall. I had a tear in my eye again. Text appeared on the screen again. "We are twisted. Stop trying to resist." I knew something was up. I tried Super Smash Bros. Brawl. All the characters would turn into zombies, and in the match, then Taboo, the main villain, the subspace emissary, was standing over them and shot them with the beam, and they were all bleeding. And text appeared, "We are twisted, twisted." Next was Mario Party 8. Only one board, oddly enough the same Windows XP plays. Pink Pikachu and Dr. Mario was in the background. All the characters on screen were crying, and every time they moved, Bowser laughed and were struck with lightning and cried more. Eventually, Yoshi died, then Peach, then Mario, then everyone died, with a text again saying, "We are twisted, game over." I screamed, and I quietly escaped the house. I took the games to throw them away, but then decided to show it to my best friend so he could be an eyewitness. I was on my way to share my tale to him. We played, and I was scared, but somehow the games played as any other normal game did. I was very confused, but somewhat relieved. We played until 7, and then I went home. When I opened my door, a raccoon ran out, hissed at me, ran off, and my Wii was knocked over, and the new game was there. On the disc, it said Hirogami. I put it in the Wii and turned it on, and a light flashed. I instantly fell asleep. The screen was still on when I woke up. On the screen, it was Mario. He screamed, and his hat and hair burned in flames. He cried and started to cough. Green liquid came out of his mouth. He screamed, and a man popped up. Just a video being recorded off of a cheap camera. It was the man who quit. He punched the wall and threw a Sonic plushie on the ground. And he said these words, "Sega, I hope you enjoy these games." He grabbed a knife, cut his arm badly. I almost threw up. I backed up from the screen and looked at my mirror behind me. I seen in the mirror of what I looked like, a little like the man. I started to have a feeling of hating Sega, and I had a beard just like the man starting to grow on my face. I picked up my Sonic doll, my hand trembling, and threw it in the sink and turned on the garbage disposal. After that, the power went out, and so did my love for video games. Epilogue. I quit my job at Sega, I thought. I decided to, take apart the Wii to see if there was anything wrong with it, just a jumble of wires. I put it in my closet and will not look further into it. I'm studying to be a lawyer now. Goodbye, gaming, forever. Holy smokes, that was long. But I like how it states on how there's this strange, activity going on whenever the player would play the games, but the thing is, what's with this Hirogami guy? Explain that, okay? Just because the games act weird at your house and they act normal at someone else's, that's just the weirdest, thing to, happen. And the thing that really confuses me is, how did a raccoon get into the house and just knock over the Wii and hiss at the person and run off back into the forest? I mean, it's just a little wild animal, that's all. And the last thing is, I'm quite surprised there wasn't really much mention of blood or gore. I mean, if you consider cutting, if the person Hirogami cut his arm pretty bad, you could say that's a bit of a blood cliche. But the gore cliche, I don't think there was any. Well, not much, that is. So, okay. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed this creepypasta, and which one do you want me to read next?